Well, welcome back to the Fragrant Nut. Unless this is your first time, welcome. If not, hey, thanks for stopping back by. But today we're going to talk about two by Marc Antoine Barrois. I hope I'm saying that right. And one was a release in 2016, and the other 2019 from a well-known, established perfumer. And the nose behind this is none other than Quentin Biche. And if you're familiar with him, he's did many great fragrances. To name a few, Guidance by Amouage. He did practically all of the current, I'd say 2000, maybe 9 or going forward, all of the Jean Paul Gaultier's fragrances. I think he did one, Wanted by Night. Then he did a Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. And then he did a lot of the Parfums de Marly, Carlisle. He's done Delana, Rose Delana, the original OG, and he's done Delana exclusive. And one that I have, one favorite of mine, is Hibiscus Mahaja. But anyway, let's get into these two here. These are both, they're about 3 years apart. Ganymede coming first, and then B683 in 2016 and 2019. Okay, but anyway, both are considered woody, spicy fragrances, and there's not very much in the notes differences in some of these, in the mid and even in the top. It may change a little bit in the base, but anyway, the first one we're going to talk about would be B683. And you can see I've used a little bit to get familiar with it, and we're going to talk about what's to expect out of this one here. And there's some saffron at the top, and some black pepper. There's nutmeg, and there's red chili pepper. So you can really tell that this bad boy is spicy. And then it has in the midge, it's got some violet, and that's where it does have similarities to Ganymede, which also has violet in the mid. And there's labdanum, musk, and then there's amber. And in the base, there's sandalwood, and there's oak moss and patchouli. And in this particular fragrance, I'd say I do get the violet. I do get the saffron because it's up at the top. You're going to get that right off the bat. And then you got the black pepper in there. So, and then with red chili pepper. Oh my God, is that spicy or not? It makes me hungry. I want some chili already. Uh, anyway, and then, and this one here has been compared to Le Homme Ideal Intense by Guerlain. I don't know if I get that. Nah, I don't get that. I would choose Guerlain over this one, I believe. And even though Quentin Biche is definitely a favorite perfumer of mine, I think I would go with the Guerlain on that one. And then we have Ganymede. Now, as I said before, you had the saffron at the top. It's got some Italian mandarin. So in here we got some citrus coming off at the top, and then in the mid we got the Chinese osmanthus and violet leaf and immortelle. And so that's where we do at least have some florals, more florals than we do in B683. And then we got a mineral note. I got that mineral note might be a synthetic note. I don't know if that was give it a kind of a salty and some suede. It is soften it up, and there's the patchouli in here. So that's a similarity again in the two. I do favor this one over, even this is 3 years later, 2019 release. Um, but I don't believe that I like these two as much as I do some of the others, like the Jean Gaultier Le Male Parfum. I also didn't mention, and I do have Jean Paul Gaultier's, um, gosh, I'm a little stick. We're trying to Scandal Parfum, and I've not tried the Scandal Absolute, I believe it's called. But I pulled the trigger blind by the parfum, as well as I did, no, when I purchased the Hibiscus Mahaja, I did have a sample of that. Uh, I even got a compliment, I believe, out of this one, and not so much on the B683. So if I had an opportunity to decide which one I would pull the trigger for the Ganymede, even though neither one I don't believe is going to make it into my collection. It's not a bad fragrance either. But one thing I will note before I go, I will say that Quentin Biche, he's heavy-handed with his fragrances, which I like. You will get noticed, whether it's you like it or it's not a favorite. But the one thing for sure, he's heavy-handed and good quality materials that he's using, and it lasts. I mean, every one that I've ever tried that he's had something to do with, it lasts all day and into the next day. So it's either it's going to be an EDP, it's going to be a parfum, or it's going to be an extrait de parfum. So anyway, that's it for Ganymede and B683. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think about the two. Rather, you have one, and if it's a favorite and why. Hit a like, subscribe, share. See you in the next video. Thanks for stopping by, and always remember, keep smelling good. I will.